Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizumani G. It's time to continue with the 31 Days of Horror. We're going to review the horror film called Grimcutty. Yes! Now, Grimcutty is a 2022 supernatural horror film that was written and directed by John Ross. The film stars Sarah Wolfkin, Shannon Soseman, Usa Ali, Tate Moore, and Colin Farris. Now, in this movie, a suburban teen girl and her little brother must stop a terrifying internet meme brought to life by the hysteria of her parents. Oh boy. Now, one of the things that is the driving force is today's society or internet memes or challenges or both. Now, while some challenges are harmless, others are quite dangerous and they threaten the lives of many young people who try them. Whether it's like that milk crate challenge or chewing Tide Pods, don't know why people want to do that. Many young people get caught up putting up YouTube or TikTok videos trying to do these insane stunts and, of course, harming themselves doing it. Now, one of these challenges was called the Momo challenges, where you have this weird looking person come up on the screen and get people to say they did these weird things because Momo told them to do it. And some of those include violent attacks, sometimes even self-harm, and that the person would say, well, Momo told me to do it. That's why I did it. Yeah, so that went around for a while. And of course, it's no surprise that horror filmmakers would decide to make a horror film based on something like this. And that brings us writer-director John Ross's film called Grimcutty. Now, after seeing a young boy attack his mother from the so-called creature, we're introduced to Asha Quadri and her suburban family. Now, poor Asha is having issues with her parents who can't seem to quite understand why she would quit the track team in order to become an ASMR influencer. We get to see her make some ASMR videos, and they just don't quite understand it. You quit the track queen, Asha. Why do you do this to make videos? Something must be wrong with you. Unfortunately, things get worse when news about young people harming themselves from an internet meme called Grimcutty makes Asha parents freak out. I mean, they take a look at some of the news, they take a look what's going online, they freak out. So, of course, this brings the creature out to attack Asha, and in the rest of the film, we get to see if Asha can find a way to stop the creature from attacking her and destroying her family. When looking at this movie, you can tell where John Ross is going with the story he's crafted here, showing how parents are not able to understand their children in today's society. I mean, when you look at this film, one of the beginning aspects of the film is that Asha's father decides to have a no phone day out where they can go out and see their son go out to this music recital that he's in. And of course, she can't seem to have it. She can't seem to take it anymore because that's what young people are right now. So that's one of the things that we see in this film. Yeah, it seems like of parents that have children in today's society can't seem to relate how children are so dependent on their phones or any other social media that we are resulted in this type of aspect that we see in this film. Her father seems to think that there's something wrong with his daughter because she can't seem to stay off the internet or the phone for even at least a half a night to enjoy her brother's recital. I mean, even before Grimcutty attacks her, we see Asha struggling with her parents, trying to convince him that she's okay. But for some reason, they can't quite come to terms with her wanting to become an influencer. It's like all of a sudden, they think that anytime when a child wants to become something like an influencer, they think she's being told something or she wants not to support her, but to think that there's something wrong with her. It's like parents of today's children can't understand or get with some of the children that are doing today. Now, it's obviously that Grimcutty represents parents' fears when it comes to the internet and how it influences children in today's society. It's like Grimcutty is the physical representation of a parent's hysteria when they look at all the stuff that's on the internet right now with all the memes, all the crazy stunts these kids pull. They get scared, they get worried, and Grimcutty is the physical manifestation of that fear. Now, as for the film itself, there's really no suspense, there's no tension, there's no real set atmosphere in this film, but it's fairly paced with a runtime of 89 minutes. That's one thing I have to give John Ross credit for. We get to see Grimcutty right at the beginning of the film, and the film is well paced, but again, there's nothing in here. I mean, it's no tension, no suspense, and at any time at all, we don't even fear Ash or anybody else when Grimcutty attacks. Now, as far as the acting is concerned, Sarah Wolfkin, she's fine as Asha. You know, a teen who is not only is struggling with her parents, but shows her frustrations when they don't believe her stories as Grimcutty. You know, it's a typical thing. Something's happened to him, but the parents don't understand it, or they think that she's on something. Now, the parents are simply one dimensional, especially Asha's father, who kind of plays more like the villain in the film than Grimcutty does. You know, it seems like the more frustrated he gets, the more that Grimcutty attacks Ashasha. So it seems like, you know, he is more of the villain here because he cannot understand what's happening to his daughter, nor does he want to understand what she's telling him is true. And well, at least I'll give credit to veteran actress Shannon Sosaman. We've seen her before in other films and other TV shows. She was actually in Sinister 2, and she does what she can. She does what she can as Aisha's mother, Leah, but she's hampered by Ross's script. As for Grimcutty itself, he's kind of okay, but there's really nothing scary or frightening about him, and the film doesn't do anything to make the audience want to be afraid of him or at least put some type of scare that we know that Aisha or her brother or anybody else is going to be in danger. And for me, he looks more like the Momo character than he does Slender Man. Now, other than seeing Grimcutty cutting Asha, there's really no blood or anything really violent. It seems like Ross did not want to push the envelope. In order for a film like this to work, we have to have some type of danger, some type of suspense, some type of atmosphere that Grimcutty is scary. I mean, at least in Slender Man, even though it's a bad horror movie, at least there was some type of danger in this film. They had a nice atmosphere setting. That's one of the few things that was good about Slender Man. Here, there's nothing in this film at all that would make anyone be afraid of Grimcutty. You know, overall, you call this as an okay horror film, as Ross tried to show how real parents fear and hysteria affect their children when it comes to internet challenges and memes. And again, as I stated before, Grimcutty is simply just a physical representation of that fear and hysteria. So I'm going to give Grimcutty only 2 of my 5 bloody gold coins. You know, it's an okay film. Nothing really fascinating about it. You know, it's just that, you know, I think if Ross would have pushed the envelope more, at least make Grimcutty a little bit more scarier, try to do at least some nice attempts at some jump scares. And like I said before, I don't know what type of audience he was trying to market it here. But I don't know. It's okay. So there you have it. That's my review and video of the day. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share because it helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Have you seen Grimcutty? I believe it's playing on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. Leave your comments in the comment section below and tell you what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. And see you in my next video. I'm out.